Thanks. Thank you, Seafood. Alright, hello everyone. Sorry for the delay. This is new game, Chao percent Evo. I am LIamDunn23. We're going to jump right into it. Now, before I did anything here, one of the things that we do in this route that has changed thanks to Epi, shoutouts to Epi, there is a funny Chao key glitch route we can do. Now, the bare minimum requirements for Chao percent in new game is on a fresh file, in a fresh Chao garden file, we're trying to get 5 emblems and 400 rings so that we can buy at least 1 egg. The reason for this is because we have to evolve a Hero Chao, a Dark Chao, and race 1 Chao to max stats, except for stamina, so that it can compete in the races. The reason we need a Hero and Dark Chao is so that we can unlock the Hero and Dark races, which both have an emblem locked behind them respectively. Now, one of the things is that we're not actually going to be doing the races. However, we're going to prepare as if we are going to be doing them. So one of the other funny things we're going to be doing is a really cool manip, shoutouts to Tenzit, that he discovered around January or February of last year, that you can basically, on the PC HD ports of the game, you can go ahead and just manip an S-rank run Chao every time. Like it's nothing. It's kind of funny. So we're going to be going through City Escape. I've set up the flag for Pumpkin Hill. So what's going to happen is we're going to try to wrong warp into Pumpkin Hill as Sonic. Now, there's a few reset points here in the run, unfortunately, and we're going to hope to God that I don't hit them, considering how behind we are already. So, one of the things we're going to be doing here is we're collecting 4 Chaos Drives. This is going to be very important. Now, normally, how we do the manips, in New Game Plus anyways, is we'll buy an egg and 4 fruit as Shadow. We're a Sonic, so the manip works a bit differently. Normally, if we're buying fruit, we're going to be buying... Oh, fuck. We're going to be buying 1 egg and then 1 fruit. Oh, Jesus. We got to get this Chao key glitch. There we go. As you can see, in the 16:9 format for the game, if you collect the Chao key in a very funny way, it doesn't actually collect properly, and this will actually call upon the flag that we set earlier. So instead of going to the Bigfoot fight, we're going to skip him entirely, and we're going to go do Pumpkin Hill Mission 1 as Sonic. Going to be a really cool and exciting time. Now, for City Escape itself, we're just aiming for 300 rings, because one of the other missions we're going to be doing is Wild Canyon Mission 2, which automatically gives us 100 rings. So, it's okay if we're just shy of 300 here, because we can easily pick up the slack in the other Wild Canyon missions as well. So here we are, we got 262 rings, we got the Chao key, we got 4 Chaos Drives, the manip is set up and ready to go. Now, there's another reset point that can happen later on. When I enter the garden as Sonic, alright, you start dropping Chaos Drives immediately. And we're going to use the Chaos Drive in place of the fruit for the minute because the RNG gets moved by the same amount. Now here's the funny first. You're going to want to see this. Here we go. Loading into the top of Pumpkin Mountain as Sonic. We're going to go over here. Gotta go there. Oh god. Please, please Sonic. Please. Thank you. There we go. So, just collected the Chao key as Sonic. Pretty cool stuff. I still need another 33 rings. That's going to be very easy to collect in the other Wild Canyon missions. So here we are. I'm going to make sure I have global hotkeys on. I do. This is excellent. There we go. We have skipped Bigfoot. We've got an emblem in its place. This will allow us to do quite a few funny things for the actual game. Hold on. I can't even... Wasn't even doing my 3 pieces checks, so this is funny. We're going to see how bad of a time I get. Try to save some time, too, in a bit by collecting the Chao key as Knuckles, because this will... Fuck, this sucks. Sucks. Railway piece, too. Not the kind of piece I wanted to see right now. Oh, I storaged a hint, too? Cringe. Luckily, it's the good one, so if I could just... Fuck. Fuck. Knuckles, please. Please. Knuckles. Knuckles. Just punch the fucking hint, dude. Oh, what do I got next? This is a very trash Wild Canyon. Lap of a wall painting. Can't believe it. Alright, apologies for that. Luckily, we'll save a little bit of time. Instead of having to exit out during the Tails 1 boss fight, we can just exit out from Chao World, Chao Lobby, and go right to Stage Select. This will be really useful. It'll save us a few seconds. However, the way that I played that set certainly did not save me any time, because, as you could tell, Despite practicing hunting quite a bit, I am not like the hunters you saw just before me. So, unfortunately, a little bit of time lost there. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. We're going to load in to Wild Canyon Mission 2. And then in Mission 3, I will go ahead and collect the 33 rings that I was missing. So I'm going to do a couple little Wild Canyon Mission 2 IL strats here. Gonna collect these last ones over here. Ow, ow. Okay, cool. Just barely got it. That's cool. Alright. Moving on to Wild Canyon Mission 3. I just need another 30 rings at this point. This is excellent. All I gotta do is grab the 2 ring capsules up top on my way to the Chao. Doesn't lose much time at all, maybe a couple seconds at most. And then we'll have the required emblems and rings in order to buy our egg. So, let's see what we got. Didn't even do the slow boost. What's the point? Oh, come on, Knuckles. Please stop what you're doing right now. There we go. So now we're going to do the statue clip here, if I can get Knuckles to line up correctly. Oh my god. There we go. So optimally, you can do that IL in like 16 seconds with that strategy. Not the cleanest time, but it's okay. It's a marathon. Can't expect everything to go right. So, this is now the next reset point of the game. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go into the Chao Garden. I'm going to go into Sonic. I got to go in to the garden to unlock the kindergarten. I got to get out right away. And I got to check to make sure I have 1 Chaos Drive. I do. Now, please don't. Now I got to go ahead and collect this egg. Now, thankfully, because the Chaos Drives don't move RNG on their own in the garden, this will not mess with the Minip in any way. It's okay if you drop them beforehand. Animals or Chao, on the other hand, do kind of move RNG unpredictably, so the Minip won't work if you have any of those guys chilling about. So here we go. Make sure you don't jump before the egg drops, and boom, look at that. We have done the Minip. Now it's time for us to go collect our animals. Luckily, we have not encountered that funny reset point. We just got to collect animals here. We're not worried about the funny piece one that I would have loved for my mission one earlier, but it's okay. Get that, dude. Now we're going to go ahead and collect the skeleton dog and half fish. Funny thing, with the old route, we weren't actually really able to do this before because we didn't see KG, so we would collect the unicorn as well as the dragon. So the unicorn in City Escape by breaking all 3 Chao boxes, and the dragon in Wild Canyon in the Mystic Melody Room, which we'd collect at the end of Mission 2 for. So now, because we can collect the animals from the New Game Plus route, we save a good, probably minute or so. I forget how many animal glitches you save with this route over the other one. Let's see if I can get the... okay, I kind of got the wall run. I got stuck for a moment, so I didn't think I had it. Could have held on to that for a second more, but it's no big deal. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're in. We got the animals. Whoops. Alrighty. So I'm not sure what the best strategy is here to do right now, but I will do it like this. You gotta get broken open, and you are Tenzit. Whoops. It's been a while since I've done this route, so bear with me for a moment. There we go. Okay, maybe not like that. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here is shaking off these trees. Getting these guys down right away. Because we are not able to buy fruit in this version, normally in New Game Plus we're buying as much fruit as possible so that we can just get through that shit as fast as possible and get them to evolve as early as possible, while trying to make it match up with the timing for finishing off raising the other Chao, the race Chao to 99 for everything. So typically that's what we do in New Game Plus. However, in New Game, all we have to work with are these trees. So you've got to be tight on the timing for these guys if you want to get a really solid competitive time. Normally, we used to think that the trees would take about 7.5 minutes to grow fruit on them. I've done a little bit more research, and basically, if there's nothing on the ground, it'll take about 5 minutes for the trees to grow all their fruit, to be ready to be shaken off the trees. If there are 9 fruit on the ground, or any fruit on the ground, I believe it'll take 6 minutes and 22-ish seconds for the trees to grow fruit to the point where they're ready to be shaken off the trees. Sounds a little complicated. Don't worry, all of Chao percent is. It's unfortunate, but a very, very fun, cool little thing like this is a lot more complicated than it looks, just because of how much stuff goes into it. So there we go, we got this going. Now, they're on their last 2 fruit. It'll take 6.5 minutes for the fucking... Oh, whoops. There you go. Oi, dickhead. Yeah. Okay, where's the condor? Cool. Don't do this to me now. There we go. Gotta go here, put that there. Gotta knock that. Get this back in his hands. There we go. Put that up there. Get the egg off here, because we don't want that. And now we're gonna do the funny thing, which is known as animal glitching. So animal glitching is a really funny concept, right? What you gotta do is you gotta put the animal down in front of the guy. If you walk into them with the animal, they will take it away from you and use it up. So what we're doing here is we're just placing it in front of them into that hitbox where they normally grab it, and it'll still let us just reuse the animal over and over again. This is important because we do a total of 569 animal glitches throughout the course of the run. It's a lot of fucking animal glitches. So instead of visiting stages 56 times, or 57 times, to fill up our animal inventory with these guys, it's a lot better for us just to reuse the animal over and over again, as you can imagine. If this glitch didn't exist, Chao percent as a whole, honestly, might not be a category that's run by people. So, now that I am in the glitching phase of this whole thing, it is really important, because it's New Game Plus, because it's New Game, it's really important that I keep an eye on the timer, and I am shaking those trees every 6.5 minutes, even less. So, I shook the trees, I can't even remember when, but I ended the feed one split like a minute ago. So, let's see. Tens of those animals. Yeah. I got tens it earlier, not the animals though. Okay, so I am a little confused on my time frame here, but it is okay. We're gonna be just fine. So, I think I gotta shake the trees in a couple minutes. We're gonna say 15. We'll take a look at the trees. Ultimately, it's a little weird, these splits. I have tried to work with the route in so many different ways, and earlier this week I was working on a brand new route that incorporates another New Game Plus strategy that we haven't really used yet in New Game, and it's called fruit duping, or fruit regrowth. Essentially, there's a really funny way you can order the fruit in your garden, and if you have 2 piles of the same size, you can completely eat the first pile, and leave the last bite of the second pile, leave, come back, and boom. The second pile is just full-sized again. It is very useful, and there is a way that I could make it work for New Game and have it save time. However, it is tricky and would probably involve animal glitching while feeding, which is quite often referred to as task strats only for Chao percent. If you're going to do animal glitching while feeding, there's a good chance you will fall behind in one of them. It is really tricky to do, really, really hard to pull off without losing time, especially when you're trying to feed 2 Chao and animal glitch at 3rd. I have done a task for Chao percent. It's more of a low tad. However, it certainly goes to show that those strategies will save time if done correctly. But this is really an RNG category, as much as it might not look like it. When it comes to feeding, you're entirely dependent on how often the Chao are looking up while they're eating, which doesn't count as eating. You're entirely dependent on how often they're throwing the fruit over their shoulder, because then you have to go pick it up and give it back to them. And it's one of those things that you have to just sort of be really on top of. It's extreme babysitting in a Sonic game, and maybe that's not your jam, and that is okay, alright? That is A-okay. So now that I'm at around level 40, I'm gonna take a quick look at the trees. Yeah, they're ready to go, so I'm gonna put this down one more time. Do that. Cool. So this is around 7 minutes. Not the cleanest time, but now I have a better idea of... Fucking... Guys, what up? Stop this shit. Gotta shake the trees first. Put them over here. Want to get fruit in their hands as soon as possible. Oh, you fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. One of the things that's going to be really annoying later on, not during this split, but some of the next feeds, the Chao will get very sleepy. They will throw the fruit over their shoulder, and then they'll be like, alright, bedtime. And when they're sleeping, you can't just walk into them with the fruit. You gotta wake them up. Same thing with animal glitching. The nice thing about the race Chao falling asleep, though, while you're trying to animal glitch, is it kind of just lets you set up for things really nicely. Now, I'm not doing some of my old strats where I'm constantly keeping an eye on these guys and try to put fruit on their hands and abandoning the trees as soon as I see them do that. I'm trying to be a little more on top of the trees, just as a precautionary way to keep all the tree cycles sort of relatively the same. If you shake one tree, and then you wait a few minutes and shake the other trees, like, they will keep that pattern, in a sense, you know? They will make it so that your trees are not all ready at the same time, and you want them to be ready all at the same time, all the times. So, as you can see, they're both looking up, sometimes. If they're looking up, they're not eating. The nice thing, though, is if their hunger gets checked, which happens every 16 seconds, and is the cause for them throwing the fruit over their shoulder, if that check is performed and they are looking up while it's happening, they will not throw the fruit over their shoulder. So, it's a double-edged sword, because as you can see, he threw the fruit there. If he kept looking up for a second or two more, he would have just not thrown the fruit, and he would have kept eating that. So, it's RNG. It's RNG that you can't really control. It's really hard to work with, too. At least with the hunting categories, if you get a certain set or a bad set, you might know strategies or routes, how to mitigate that. With Chao percent, it's a lot more of just praying and hoping that the Chao don't fucking look up while they're eating their goddamn food. One of the other annoying things, too, about New Game, is both of these Chao are not considered good eaters. The reason for that is we eventually learned that Curious Chao and Big Eater Chao have extra animations when they're eating, that have a random chance of triggering. Specific odds, but I feel like they're 50-50. As you can see, the Big Eater Chao likes to get into that food, and it looks like he might be eating food faster. But there's two extra animations that a Big Eater Chao will do. One of them is licking the fruit at the beginning, where it doesn't count as eating. He'll lick it a few times and then go, and then look up immediately. It's a guaranteed look up. As you can see, the Curious Chao, or actually, I think that's a Big Eater Chao. He did it just now. The nice thing about that funny, annoying thing, though, is that if you can just, like, guess, if you know that their hunger check is coming up, and you see that, like, you know, they got no fruit in their hands or some shit, you could, I don't know, it's a weird meta, like, trying to discover the meta over time, trying to incorporate ways to make this faster and faster, while keeping it in a real-time format, it is challenging, for sure. Now, in New Game Plus, we can get around this by manipping two Good Eater Chao. One of the Chao that spawns in as Shadow, actually, automatically is a good eater. Sonic, however, gets rolled. Both of the Garden Chao are terrible eaters. We used to use one of these Chao as the race Chao, which is kind of cool. However, we don't anymore, because Tenza Chao is just a better Chao for the races. Because he's got an S rank in Run, and he's got a better rank in Swim, although a worse rank in Fly. Like, the Swim and Fly stats are kind of swapped, so it's arguable whether that is the good thing, but ultimately, I do believe it is. I do believe it is the good thing. Now, I have split for Condor, as if I was finished with Condor. I'm not finished with Condor. This is tragic. For the races. Races. My goodness. Now, we won't be doing races or karate today. Too long of a category. Karate takes 10 minutes. Races takes 2 hours and 10 minutes. So, yeah, you don't want to be doing the races in a marathon unless it's like degen hours and nothing better on anyways. Not going to be the case today. Now, luckily, I do have the split set up so I can see when I last shook the trees this time, and it was at 14:10. So, I'm going to want to make sure that at 20:30-ish, that I am going to shake the trees again. It's important that I stay on top of that as much as possible, because once again, I can't buy fruit. I could dupe them. I have a route for it. However, I haven't been able to get a time that is quite as close to my current record with that route. It has been very, very tricky in that sense. So, just doing my best here. Doing my best. I feel like normally I'd certainly have Condor done by this point. However, it's a marathon. It be how it be. So, we're trying to glitch the Condor until we get to level 78 fly. It used to be 77.4, until one day I did the animals in a different order and I realized that it's actually one animal glitch faster if we do Condor to 78 instead of doing it to 77.4. Because later on, if you do Skeleton Dog last, it'll look like things get to 99 and then it won't. It's weird. Basically, like Fly, I remember throwing my very first 51 run in New Game Plus to having a Fly stat of 98.9, so the Evo did not count. However, races did and stuff. So that was cool. This category is certainly a lot of fun. I like to refer to it as vibe percent, at least the races portion. You know, it's like, you do all this fun work, you babysit, you scramble for an hour, and then you can just sit back and watch your little kids do all the work. So we're coming up on the end here. I forgot to take a break to go to the trees. However, I just want to get Condor out of the way so I don't have to set up for another animal glitch. Set up for a different animal later on. This is probably going to hurt me quite a bit later on in the run. However, I'm in this deep at this point, so last animal glitch with the Condor, then I give it away, and then I go shake the trees. And look at these little guys, they're just right there. And you know what, this timing might have worked really well, because these fruit look like they just got ready. So, excuse me? Excuse me? Get over here. There you go. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here. See, he's doing the funny lick animation. Other dude's looking up. I'm gonna do nanny cam strats here. I could keep an eye on these guys. There you go. Oi, dear kid, drop the fruit, mate. There you go. Okay, so these guys are about to move around and be like, yeah, we don't want to be here anymore. We're not hungry anymore. But you gotta keep force feeding these fruit. Now, if you don't know, the reason why I'm force feeding these fruit, should have explained it much earlier, however. Each bite of fruit that the Chao eat takes a minute off their first evolution timer. It will speed up their first evolution. It will also increase their longevity as, like, a Chao as a whole. So, what I mean by that is, essentially, if you're a casual Chao gamer, you like raising Chao, you want to get the first evolution out of the way quick, you go ahead and just force feed them these bad boy fruits, right? Just know that if you do that, the second evolution will take longer to hit, which might be a good thing. If you're the type of person who's worried about your Chao not wanting to evolve into a pink cocoon after the fact. When they do the first evolution, Chao will enter a cocoon. When they do the second one, they will enter either a gray or pink cocoon. If it's a gray cocoon, you can say goodbye to your Chao. They weren't happy with their life, and they decided they didn't want to respawn in this Chao garden, Lamau. If you get a pink one, though, it loved you, and it'll respawn. It'll respawn in an egg, and it'll keep 10% of its stats. Super based. I believe it also keeps all of its stat rankings when that happens, and it will start at level 1 instead of level 0. Which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. Okay, luckily that's all good and done. I can get this guy. Oh, wow. It's funny, sometimes I'll throw the animal and then I'll just, like, pick him up again. Very unexpectedly. Set him up over there. Oi, D-kids. D-kids. You don't finish your fruit, mate. Okay, good. Camera angle wonky. Okay, we're good. Alright. Gotta try to be tight on the timer again for the trees. So, if I were to do Skeleton Dog in one big chunk, it would take 14.5 minutes if I didn't make any mistakes during the animal glitching process. It is a lengthy split if you're just doing this in one big chunk. And normally in New Game Plus we do. However, once again, can't buy fruit, gotta wait for those trees to grow. Gotta take a break every 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go ahead and shake the trees. Not my most ideal strat. However, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, here we are. Big chillin'. Big animal glitching with a skeleton dog. Gotta try to keep a closer eye and go with the right time. 21:28 is when I finished with the condor, actually. So we're gonna try to aim for 27:28. Yeah, we're gonna try to aim for 28 on the dot. So another 2.5 minutes of animal glitching. What if it broke and we need to fix it? You know, this is a great question. However, it seems like I thought it was broke. Then I tried to fix it, and I got worse times. And the main reason for that is I have to do animal glitching while feeding. One of the things that I try to incorporate is there is a way you can manip a better eating Chao, like a faster eating Chao with Sonic. Instead of collecting 4 Chaos Drives in City Escape, you'd collect 8. And you'd want to make sure there are 5 Chaos Drives in your inventory when you buy the egg. Now, this is cool and all, but the other Chao is still a slow-ass eater. So you get one Chao who's going to eat normally, like fine, and then you get the other Chao who's going to eat slow as fuck. And there'll be a massive level discrepancy in the stamina between the two Chao. And while you think you're getting ahead, because your feeds are going faster, you got a lot of catching up to do with the slow motherfucker. Now, I tried to work around this by stopping the faster eater when he got to a certain level. Tried this yesterday, and unfortunately, just didn't really do shit. It seemed like it was fine. Catch-up was going well. However, what really screwed me in the end was the fact that I was quite a bit behind on my animal glitching, even while I was doing it as much as possible. So, while I could have incorporated that for this route, today, I felt like I wanted to give you a time that was somewhat close to my old time, and I felt like, although I haven't done these strats since then, there's a good chance that this is going to give you that experience over what I was crafting this week. So, unfortunate that I couldn't show off the cool strats. However, I do believe this is a nice, much more simple way to get people introduced to the category. This is probably a lot less frightening of a strategy than running around, duplicating fruit, throwing Chao at the wall all over the place, animal glitching while feeding. Like, can be a little convoluted and complex to come up with the most optimal route for Chao percent, but takes time, takes scientists like Tenzit, cool people like Epi who theorize the CKG route, and people like me who can't get enough of this category, I suppose. So, let's see, trees are ready. Okay, so one of them is a sleepy bitch. Already, I can tell this is going to be causing some problems. You might notice sometimes, too, that Sonic will play an animation when he picks something up. He will bend down to pick... Don't you fucking fall asleep on me. So, once you see that one of these guys starts falling asleep and they throw the fruit over their shoulder, their first thought is to fucking bed right away. So you better get a fruit in that motherfucker's hand right away. Otherwise, he will fall asleep on you and you will have to pet him. And you will be mad. You will be mad right now. I'm looking at you, bitch. Alright. So here we go. Shaking the trees. Trees are shaking. This guy's trying to run away. I picked up the other Chao by mistake. So one of the funny things that can happen in the Chao Garden is, like, everything that you can interact with has just a massive fucking hitbox. That's why you can grab things from really far away. That's why sometimes you'll kind of, like, aim for something and Sonic will aim the complete other direction and try to pick something else up. Because their hitboxes just overlap. And if you angle the camera, or angle Sonic in a certain way as he's grabbing something, he will lock on to the thing you're aiming towards. Even if slightly. So it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing. It's a little fucked up. But the nice thing is, using that technique, we can kind of do a funny workaround whenever the game decides, hey, you know those animals you haven't used yet at all? Like, not even once? Wouldn't it be funny if we just, like, didn't let you pick them up when it's time to animal glitch? Yeah, that could happen, and usually it happens when the animals are down here. It can happen sometimes when they're up there, though. I don't know what fixes it. Don't know what causes it. You fucking asshole. Yeah, you take that. Ciao, bro. So as you can see, these guys just do their own thing. World record is dependent on whether they want to behave or not. And by behave, I do mean, like, enter an eating contest. It's not like these guys are just living their best life. I do be kind of forcing fruit down their mouths when they're not hungry. I'm not hungry. No evolution until you finish your fruit. Now, fuck. One thing that was discovered last year, too, when I was grinding for world records, despite already having them, just trying to lower the time. One thing that I learned was, if you mess up the animal glitch, right? If you accidentally give away the animal to the Chao, there is a very brief window before the stats are applied. You can exit out. You can come back, and the animal will still be there and usable. I'm gonna throw you, because you're annoying. There you go, get up there, get up there. Where's the fucking skelly dog? Skelly dog, skelly dog, skelly dog, skelly dog. There we go. Now, I'm on the right side. I'm not a fan of right side. However, ooh, maybe we can do a funny setup here. I might be able to do the funny the way that I'm set up right now, because we're both against the wall. Nope, never mind. Funny thing is liking to bounce the other way right now. Normally it doesn't. Normally it prefers to bounce to the right. It might even be doing that right now and just, like, bouncing off the wall. There is a setup you can do that people like to do on the higher raised rock. And essentially it involves setting the Chao up in a way that you just don't have to do this adjustment that I do between each animal glitch. And then you can just focus on pushing B and reading Twitter and doing whatever else you gotta do. I prefer to do the adjustments every time, though. I typically find I waste too much time trying to do the setup to get the Chao and the, like, Sonic in the right position. And then I end up losing more time. So it's one of those things. It's a matter of preference. There's a lot of different strategies and options that are available to you. But the most important thing is if you're going to take up this category, just have fun with it. Practice animal glitching, probably first, I would say. It's a really important thing to have down. This is half the run right here. Just doing this over and over and over and over and over again. So you do want to be good at this. No way. Nah, but thank you for the GL. Love to see the support. Got to take a look at my live split timer and see when I last shook the trees. So, around, yeah, 28 mark, right? So, we're looking for 34:30? 34:30. Yeah, so another minute. Another minute of this. Now, sometimes you might think to yourself, it looks like I'm really far away from the Chao, but if it's working, don't try to fix anything. If it looks questionable and it's somehow working, don't question it. One thing that is tricky, though, is, and this might just be, like, something my head seems to think, but whenever I use Tails or Knuckles, they do pick up and drop the animals faster. However, I think you need to be closer to the Chao to get the animal to land in the hitbox. For some reason, when Sonic places them, they kind of, like, get dropped a little extra in front of him. And it just makes the spacing for this so much better. I certainly recommend using Sonic if you want to be very speedy in the garden and you're comfortable with them. However, comfort over everything else, enjoyment over everything else when you're trying to speedrun. At the end of the day, we're all here to have fun and enjoy our favorite categories. So, if you are better at glitching with Tails, if you're more familiar with the timing and the spacing, go for it. Do what makes you feel good. Now, we're coming up to the 34:30 mark, so we are going to have to abandon the skeleton dog for a moment here, so I'll do one more glitch just for brevity's sake. And boom, off I go to shake the trees. Oi, off I go to shake the... Fuck, they're not ready to go. So I'm gonna pet... Actually, no, he's yawning. Whatever, he's chilling. He's thinking. He's thinking. Okay. Okay, that was scary. That was sketchy. So, when they're thinking, they might start moving around. You don't want them to do that. You don't want them to think too much. Right there, he wasn't thinking, he was feeling loved. If you are worried that this Chao is about to start moving around, and you should be if you miss even 1 or 2 animal glitches. If it's 1 animal glitch, it's not a big deal. You can usually recover that in time. If it's 2, though, you might want to put the animal down away from the Chao. Oh, like, fuck, like that. Luckily, he's yawning again. I'll give him 1 more, and then I'll go back to the trees. Okay, cool. Now, the tree should be ready. Unfortunate that I had to spend that little extra time, but sometimes it do be like that. Let's see. Oi, D-Kid. There we are. Where's the other fuck? Oi, other fuck. Fucking Chao, bro. So, there's a spot on this tree. If you stand on the hill when you're shaking it, the camera will not aim so high, and you'll be able to see the Chao as they're eating. This is important if you want to make sure that they're eating at all times. It's really useful. You can actually... There's a spot on each tree you could actually use. Some of them are tougher than others. Like, this is not a spot where I could see the Chao over there. There is another spot I could... Like, there. It's a little bit better. Alright. Regardless of making an animal glitch, so... Damn. Oh. Oh, I did, kid. Stop looking up. And you threw the fucking last bite. Maybe he needed to look up in that moment. It is certainly annoying when they're looking up on the last bite, because you know they're not actually eating it, and it's right there. It just needs 1 more fucking bite. And in many cases, the fruit being finished as early as possible is beneficial, because it'll make fruit on the trees grow faster. It might even free up enough space for fruit to just start growing on the trees. The maximum amount of tree fruit the garden will let, like, grow is 18 at a time. Like, 9... They drop, another 9, and then that's it. It'll wait until those 18, or the first 9, or second 9 of those tree fruit are cleared, until they start growing fruit on the trees again, which is unfortunate. Because if it could go to the full 27, like, if it could grow a 3rd thing, it could be really, really cool. It could be really, really cool. Alright. Setting up again. Whoops. I have it set as, like, skeleton dog now. That's fucking cow. Certainly don't think I'm getting skeleton dog done right now, but we'll just have to go until we do, I guess. Kinda funny. So I went at 3120, which was not the 33 I think I was expecting to do. So what did I go at? No, 28, so... Oh, right, 35:18. So I went about a half a minute slower than I wanted to for that, which is unfortunate. So we're gonna have to go at 42 flat, I believe. 42 flat sounds about right. So who knows? There may be just enough time to get these animal glitches in. 6 levels of fly. Probably not. I'll be at 96 fly, I think, by the time I need to shake the trees, which isn't a big deal. So yeah, we're just kind of vibing for a couple minutes here while we do the animal glitch over and over again. You might be wondering, when do I stop with the skeleton dog? There are two good indicators for when you stop with the skeleton dogs if you go in this order. 99.5 fly or 86.4 run. Those are the 2 points you want to stop at. Traditionally, it used to just be like 99 fly flat, but that has you doing a few extra half-fish glitching at the end. Will Liam respond to the allegations that he is poggers? My fellow Americans, it brought to my attention that I am in fact poggers. That is all. Alright, so another minute and a half of glitching here. Probably not even 96 fly. I don't know where I got that number from. I think I was thinking one level, 1.5. I'll have to see, because I get another minute of glitching here. And it's been 3 minutes, and I got 3 levels. So yeah, I'll probably just get to 94 then. Can't believe I look like Joker from Persona 5. This is crazy. I have no idea what kind of pace I'm on. Kind of funny. Am I able to check using 1 and 3? I forget. Don't think so. Probably don't have numlock on too, so could be part of it. Okay, I got another 3 glitches here. Another 2. There's another 1. And booyah! Booyah chaka. Perfect. These guys were just ready. Got here just in time. You can tell by their size that they're not, like, fully grown. They're ready to drop off almost, but they are, in fact, ready to be shaken. In fact, I believe with the sizes that they are, when they're shaking... See, like, one of them is not ready right now, which is sad. There you go. Now they're ready. Fucking asshole. Get the fucking fruit in your goddamn hands! See, those guys aren't ready either, so I gotta start bringing these guys over here. And... there's a little funny... there's a couple methods you can do to bring the Chao closer together. You can run into them like this. Kind of hard to stay on top of them like that, but it can be done. Oh, shit. Just didn't let this one drop? God damn. Bruh. Bruh. It's gonna be annoying later on. Same shit's gonna happen. Not a big deal, again. As long as you can shake the first tree and get fruit in their hands right away, that's the important thing. Because, whenever they're not eating, that's, like, directly time loss. So you don't want to just, like, go shake all 3 trees and then feed them. You definitely want to get a fruit in their hands first. Oi.
It's late night Thursday. I know that you heard, but you don't want the same thing.
Okay, let's see here. Oops. I could bring the race Chao over here to do some animal glitching while these guys are eating. Don't feel like it though. Really don't. Dude's just sleeping up there, like he's waiting for me to come back. It'll be a nice easy setup up on the rock. I don't have to throw him or anything. Dude, guys, come on. You cannot both be looking up at the same time. Fucking assholes. And look, he just threw the fucking thing anyway. Piece of shit. That was a joke from Persona 5. This is crazy. And he fucking threw the last bite, dude. What is it? See, and he's doing the lick thing. That's the lick thing. And it doesn't count as eating. And then he looks up. It's guaranteed that he looks up right away. He's got a precious 16-second window for him to get 4 bites in, or as many bites as possible. And he spends 5 seconds of it right off the bat, licking the bitch and looking up. Not only that, they can look up for like 30 seconds at a time. I'm not sure if you guys knew this. They could just be stuck looking at the sky. Like staring at it. Like they just took a rip off of a bong or some shit and they're just like, bro. Bro. Clouds and shit, bro. Okay, cool. Alright. Back to this. I should be doing half-ish according to my splits, but I don't give a fuck. I gotta finish this guy off first. I'm not gonna... Oi, dear kid. There you go. He was about to walk up and move around, and I wasn't about that life. It's not about that life. Okay, so I went at 42 almost. We're gonna want to go at 48, 30. 48, 30. So, another 2.5 minutes of animal glitching, a little more. Hopefully that'll be enough to get me where I'm going with the skeleton dog, and I won't have to pick his stupid ass up back again. Another 2 minutes. Should be more than enough time to get where I'm going with the skeleton dog. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, we're good. Another minute left of animal glitching until I shake the trees. Know what your boy like. Alright, we're almost there. Just finish off skeleton dog, then shake the trees. Still gotta get to 99.5 or 86.4, so we're just about there. Oi, oi. There we go. Cool, alright, shaking trees. I've probably been doing, like, splitting extra times or something. I don't know what I did when I made these splits. Come on. Oh, you fuck. God damn it. So many last bites. Guys, come on. Fucking eat the bites. Stop looking up. And I swear to God, I was about to say, if you threw that on the last bite, bro. Look at them. They really don't like that fucking last bite. I'm gonna force it down their throat. Not a fan of them licking the last bite either. It's like, you already know what it tastes like. Yeah, but how does it taste when it's the last bite? Hills are, cringe in Chao %, as you can tell. And I didn't even shake the last tree! I'm cringe! I'm cringe. I'm fucking cringe. Take that! Jesus. Play it like Savak! Oi. There we go. There we go. Sometimes you gotta save for the last chicken nugget. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's the last one, it's understandable. But these motherfuckers know. I'm sure these motherfuckers know. There is an endless supply. They're not even hungry. Cool, cool. Where's the fucking half-fish? Oh, I D-kid. Here we are. Okay, let's see. At least he finished the fruit. I was not expecting that. This is excellent. We love to see it. We're big booty gaming. So, I gotta take a look. When did I leave? 50... Yeah, so it's 50... Wait, what? 48, 45, right. That makes sense. Okay, so... 6:30. What is 6:30 on that? 54, 55, 15? 55, 15? Sounds right. 55, 15. 55, 15. That is when we're gonna go shake the trees. So you might be wondering, when do you stop glitching the half-fish? Well, since it's the last animal, when everything hits level 99. So that makes it nice and simple. The only problem is I do have to be still stopping for the trees. And the Lorax rolls and shit. So I got another 2 minutes of this glitching. A little less, that's okay though. We do want to make sure those motherfuckers is getting up their goddamn bites. Another minute of glitching before I go shake the trees again. And luckily, there's still 12 minutes on the clock, RTA, to go in order for me to beat my record. At least RTA-wise. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I do think the Chao are a little under-leveled as far as stamina goes. Don't know if this is going to be the last or second to last feed for them. I really need to restructure these splits. About another 35 seconds before I switch the trees. Before I speak for the trees. Gotta remember that the last tree will not be ready until halfway through the feed, unfortunately. Another 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 2 more glitches. 1 more glitch. And I will go for the trees. Speak for the trees. I should probably have split, but whatever. It was 55-15, I gotta remember that, so... 101.45? 101.45. 101.45. As you can see, Tenzit has an S rank and run, yet he's already zooming. Oi! D-kids. D-kids. This guy's got an 11, and this guy's got a 12.5. So, the funny thing about these guys, because they're bad eaters, right? They will, like, it's very easy for them to get these level discrepancies that are a level and a half difference, despite the fact that they're the same kind of eater, basically. Oh boy. What the fuck? Dude. I would love it if you actually threw your fruit instead of just... I think it's like when they're on certain textures, they try to, but like the game just doesn't let them. Game's like, go fuck yourself. Fucking sleepy asshole. Wake up. Take that shit, bro. Oh, ID kid. There you go. Okay, so there is a cool trick that we do in the Chao garden. Oh, nice. That worked out just fine. So, if you want to turn your Chao dark right away, here's a great way to do it without feeling like a dickhead. Okay, first things first, though. This guy is on a weird texture. On the fucking ground. And it makes things weird. Double tap Y, hit B. Do this over and over again, and the Chao will slowly turn dark. It's nice. It is the fastest way that we can turn a Chao from hero to dark. Fuck, take that. You fucking... There you go. Take that, fucking asshole. There you go, take that. He only ate 1 bite! You fucking suck! You! Yeah, you! I'm gonna throw you out after this race. Put him in the forest. Fucking, these guys are so bad. Fucking dickhead. Okay, that guy doesn't need much more, thankfully. He just needs, like, half a level or so. Oh my god, it's strawberry jam! It is true, it is the funniest way to build a dark Chao, and thankfully it's the fastest, and it's the most pacifist way to do it, despite the fact that it is technically making the Chao mad at you. So, let's see, where are you? You go up here. Where is... Tenzit's sleeping over here. Gotta remember 101.45. 101.45. 101.45. So I got 2.5 minutes at least of glitching. That's good. There's no Chao hate here. There's no Chao hate here. Only Chao love. I wouldn't be running this category if I wasn't absolutely obsessed with Chao. However, as someone who has dealt with them and their bullshit RNG quite a few times, sometimes we gotta let the little guys know where they stand. Let them know that in the speedrun you gotta behave. So another 2 minutes of glitching. How much do I have to donate to have you throw Chao at the wall? Man, I'll do that for free. In fact, I'm not sure if you catch it, but I constantly throw Tenzin at the wall to set him up in this spot on the rock. It is something that I will happily do, because it is optimal to sometimes throw them at the wall for them to land in specific places. Because Sonic's, Sonic's animation for like, dropping items, as you can tell, is really slow. If you throw it, though, it's just like, gone. Okay, another minute almost. Okay, another minute. At 1:01:45, I go shake the trees and I go speak for the trees. Okay, another 20 seconds. Another 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit better. I'm not going to go early because this is probably the final feed. So the play is, I'm going to get this to almost being done. Actually, no, I should probably go right now. Now that I think about it, because the other dude has to fucking catch up. Forgot about that. Luckily, all that dropped at the same time. Get that fucking... Yeah, yo. Fuck up. Get the fuck... Okay, luckily, yeah, it's only a level for him to catch up, I think, right now, which isn't too bad. I can see them... Oh, are you fucking serious, bro? You fucking serious, mate? Mention, bro. Fucking mention, bro. Are you gonna evolve? Nope. He's in Chao bro mode. Yeah, he's still Chao bro a little bit. Guys, come on. I need you eating. Okay, are you gonna evolve? You gonna evolve? You gonna evolve? He's gonna evolve. Perfect. He's gonna evolve. This is good to see. We love to see it.
It's late night Thursday. I know that you heard, but you don't want the same thing.
Fucking get that down. Actually, no. I think you'll be fine with these. So let's get, buddy. Oh, wait, he's gonna throw that. He's gonna throw that. I know it. I know it. You're gonna throw it, aren't you? You're gonna throw that shit, aren't you? Why do you keep looking up? I need to go get the other shot, bro. Fucking move. I love that you're eating so well, but fucking finish it off, dude. Finish it off. I gotta, bro. Are you fucking? I swear to God. Didn't realize how close he was too. So this is gonna be. Is this gonna world record? I am confused. Why does this world record? I think this is world record. Is he gonna evolve right now? I think he is. Yeah, he's evolving. What? Why am I gonna save like a minute on this? I felt like this was total ass. I don't know. I'm gonna save a minute RTA, but I don't know if I'm saving time game time. We'll have to find out after. Like, I think I'm saving time? It could be a GURP at least. Like, I know I could have stopped animal glitching a little later, but I thought that dude had more catching up to do. Clearly he didn't have that much to do, so... Boom, okay, so now I'm losing a bit of time. Just because I should have this dude done right when he's finished that, but it's fine. Just a few more levels to go, a few more glitches to go. I mean, I don't think it'll... Like, if I save time RTA, I think I'm saving time load this too. Pretty sure anyways, so let's see. Just gotta get a few more levels in. Come on, dude. We gotta beat 106.29. I'm just gonna split here. Split early there. So we can see how much time on the... Oh my god, bro. Don't do this now. We don't have time for your shit. Trying to world record here. Come on. Come on. 2 more glitches. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Boom! World record, baby. Let's see. Game time? No, that is not a world record at all. I thought so. I thought so! I don't know why. That was a world record RTA. So, funny shit. Here we go. RTA world record. Don't know why. But certainly not loadless. Again, don't know why. I do not know why. Where did I lose all this time? Huh. Yeah, cool. So, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, you could GG the world record that's RTA, but I don't know why. Funny shit. Anyways, that was Chao %, new game. Time ends when you enter the cave. Normally we could continue on to races, but we don't got time for that shit, bro. Who's up next on the docket?